Hello everyone, and welcome back to Soulcalibur 6 Character Creation Challenge. I recently got a request for information on how to do Roshi from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super. So I've got a couple of fights of Roshi posted so far. I've got two different versions, actually, and I'll cover both in this video. There are quite a few different costumes that I could do for Roshi, but I'm just going to focus on two, maybe three, over the course of this. Go to original character, human, male. That part's all pretty fairly obvious. Now for fighting style, I'm going with Kilik. For the rod. And I think what I've got him using is this Ling Shing Su staff. Yeah, just because it's got that little bit of extra on the one end. Ideally, what I would use is something that looks more like a traditional kind of wizard's cane, based on the kind of stuff that I see Roshi using in pictures, but unfortunately with Kilik style, that's the best I can do. I guess we'll go with anime pack. Color, I'll focus on later. Firstly, got some of these to sort out. Now, I'm going to be doing the standard version of Roshi first. And that is a bit on the short side. Not what I would call super short. It is a bit on the short side. Muscle definition. I'm gonna go with the assumption that this is actually a fighting version of Roshi and not like beach version. Although I can't remember many times in the show where he has his shirt off, where he's not also in full power mode. But I think, yeah, 5 is a little too detailed. 4 seems to go best as far as Akira Toriyama's art style. Even the most ripped characters, you can tell, still have some fat or some meat on them at least. Let's just take a look at like a general body width. That feels more accurate to his standard, I think. Face. Now then. There is one or two that are actually designed to look older. This might be the one I'm thinking of. It'll be easier to tell when I've got the glasses on. But I think it's that face. Which comes with some of its own wrinkles, which is nice.
I can't run. This why?
Let's well. Guess I gotta clobber you.
Do not interfere.
Well, weaklings must taste death. Weaklings must taste death. Well, guess I gotta clobber you.
I'm wondering.
Guess I gotta clobber you.
So I don't remember this part actually.
Guess I gotta clobber you. Well, guess I gotta clobber you.
Ah.
Well, guess I gotta clobber you. Well, guess I gotta clobber you. Well, guess I gotta clobber you.
Yeah, I think that sounds better.
Guess I gotta clobber you. Well,
I'm still getting used to the differences between speed, pitch, and tone, but I generally avoid
Guess I gotta clobber ya.
do anything with sub, because I find that instead of really doing anything tangible, it tends to just make them quieter, which is not good. I use it for characters who I don't want to hear. Like, at the time of recording this, I recently did Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow, and Snake Eyes, at least in the G.I. Joe films, doesn't talk. But there isn't an option for just not having a voice. So I just gave him an alien and tried to make him as whispery as I could. Okay. Just having a look at some image I've got saved for reference. So, got some sort of glasses on. Square? That almost sounds correct, but I know that in actuality they're supposed to be quite a bit wider. Ooh, big frames. I don't know if it has enough shade, though. I may play about with the color of just that for now and see what I can... Oh, it just changes the rims, that's no good. Yeah, I'm gonna take a closer look at this image. Okay, actually it kind of looks like the big frame glasses are what I use. Maybe because I couldn't really get the shades much darker anyways. Which is an unfortunate thing. There isn't a way of just getting pure black shades in this game, which makes sense for the time period. But once they started adding modern clothes, shades is one of those things that you really want. But yeah, that's closer to the style that he uses. If I could just, like, get it actually with black lenses. A bit better. Now, what I want here is running shirt, is that it? So what I want is a tank top. Yeah, that's good. Because you do see him in a tank top in Dragon Ball Super. And that's one of the things I'm looking at, is to do this outfit in such a way that it can look like one of his standard outfits at first, and then be destroyed into one of his other outfits over the course of a fight. Now, there's a version of his overshirt that just looks like traditional kung fu garb, and there's another that looks kind of more like a Hawaiian shirt. I think I end up with them being basically the same thing, but maybe with a different pattern attached. So that's Kung Fu jacket, and I'm gonna take a look at some Google images. First, yeah, so the most traditional pants for him then, oops, are gonna be something like the slops. Except I think I want the bagginess to extend all the way to the bottom instead of stopping part way down the shins. Is that an option? Kung Fu pants? Is that what I'm looking for? Sounds like it should go with the Kung Fu jacket. Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Maybe a bit baggier than what I would prefer, but we can go with that. And then it looks like for shoes, like footwear. I don't think he's wearing socks, but he's wearing... There should be some kung fu shoes. Yep. But what we are actually most used to seeing him in is sandals. Yeah. Okay. Now, as you can tell, that looks nothing like Roshi. Yet. However, we now come to the trickier part. This is probably the trickiest part of this whole video, which is giving him a beard. Because Soulcalibur games, unfortunately, are not known for giving you beards. They don't give you much more than 5 o'clock shadow, basically, as your options. But I've got experience with some workarounds. So as you can see, the first thing we're starting with is the Longhorns. And I don't have all of the positioning memorized, so this is going to be, in parts, a learning or relearning experience for me as well. But to get a better idea of positioning, the first thing we're going to want is to stick them out more. Yeah. Angle. Let's see. Ah. See, that's looking slightly like a mustache already. Just sort of like, you know, not in the right place. Exactly. Okay, now we want to tilt it somewhat. How best can we do that from here? Yeah, and this is the unfortunate thing about having to apply too many angles is I run into a problem of different things appearing to do the same thing, when what I actually need is to do like a combination. And I'm not good at remembering what that combination is. Which is why it tends to be quite a learning experience. Okay.
See how that goes. Nope. The other way around? No. Oof.
I am not wrapping my head around this at all.
I think that's almost doing it. Let's try this more. Okay.
I feel like that's almost it. Okay. Now I'll start playing about with the dimensions a bit. Width. So change how much it sticks out. Thickness, that shortens. Alright, there we go. So now I want it to curve forward more. Doing that. Okay, it doesn't feel quite done yet, and just getting things closer into position to get a better sense of what is still in need of fixing. I think curving forward somewhere, actually. Up and back a bit. Nope. Okay. Remind me again what length does. It's gonna make it a bit shorter. I wonder if I want that. And a width. Okay. That feels better. I might need to start applying some colors to get a better idea of what else needs fixing, but also I will apply the bottom half of his beard now. And for that, what I used last time, and what I'll use again now, is Helmet Ornament Pirate. Which is a weird term. Just because I like the curviness that it gives to the beard. Okay, now for this, I think I can start off fairly simply by having it rotate horizontally first. Other way. There we go. And now... Is it horizontal I want now? No. Angle then. There we go. That's an interesting look right there. Oops. Okay. Now rotate? Yeah. Get that closer together. And down like a whole bunch. There we go. I feel like that's pretty much already where I want it. Yeah, I'll apply the color down to get a better idea of if everything looks thick enough. Because right now everything's kind of gray, but once you brighten up colors, things do look bigger. I am already liking how that's looking. I'm seeing a bit of a difference between the pure white of both, so I might put a bit more gray in this one just to match them up so they don't look like two different things. So yeah, the bottom half of that I'm already quite happy with, but the mustache is still giving me a bit of trouble. Width. How much more does that need? Actually, show me the opposite, just so that I know. Okay. Just to get a sense of... Yeah, I don't feel like I need any more of that. Length. Thickness, just bring it in a bit more. Too far. There we go. I give him a very Kentucky Fried Chicken look. There you go. Yeah, that is an ideal beard mustache combo where it looks like its own mouth. You don't even necessarily need an actual mouth behind it, it just looks like a mouth. Okay, so what have I got for that? So for the mustache, I've got head position, of course. Left and right is 0, up and down is -9, forward back is 6, width -50, length -39, thickness -50, rotate vertically -101, rotate horizontally -48, angle -142. It's a very negative set of positions. My apologies for how negative that was. Bottom part, helmet, ornament, pirate, head. Move left, right 1. And all that really does is determine how close the two horns are to each other. Move up and down -14, bunch of zeros. Rotate vertically 6. Rotate horizontally -77, angle 180. Which I guess could be -180 as well, but I think that makes literally no difference. Okay. I believe we are ready to apply colors now. Hold up! I forgot one of the most important pieces of his early costume. How could I forget this? I'm so embarrassed. Turtle shell! Can't be turtle hermit without the turtle shell. I feel like that's not quite big enough for his body though. So let's widen that somewhat. I feel like it's almost perfectly round with the way that it looks on him. Not quite. Let's bring it down a bit. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is start off with his... I'll start off with his most kung fu looking outfit and transition from there. So we'll switch back to the kung fu shoes. Alright, now we can do colors. Ah, shades. Now then. I feel like they're red. Alright, what's my shading for that? 8 to 9. Oh, what's that? A tank top? That can probably stay the same. Now this I'm gonna want somewhat tan looking. Slash orange. This. Now then. Probably black. I feel like that's almost already the right color, but slightly less purple. And unfortunately you can't move a single integer from default without losing your place. Yeah, a bit brighter. Okay. So that one's 10, 40, and 7. Probably try and make that the same. Yeah. Let's make them blend in. Kung Fu shoes will be black, I believe. The bottoms can stay as they are. Oh, the beard. So, the top part is pure white. So that's just a 1 down from default, and then I think it takes you to black when you go 1 down from default, so just 1 down and 1 to the left to circle all the way back around to pure white. And that's the quickest way to do pure white. The bottom I had to darken a bit, so what exactly did I end up with there? 2604. Okay. The shell. Now this, in every image I can find, is purple. I seem to have a memory of it being green at some point, but maybe that was just in the anime, or maybe that's just my memory being foggy. More saturation? Maybe just 1 more. So 2051.5 for both of those. Seems to be what I'm leaning on. Okay. Ah, yes, the staff. Okay, so I think that's all going to be 2051.4 as well. 5, sorry. 2051.5. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm liking that. Maybe put some more color saturation on this shirt, though. It's looking a little too muted from over here. $14.67. Yeah, that looks more Dragon Ball. Ah. I am now being reminded that his eyebrows should also be white. There we go. Oh, that looks much better. Alright, picture... Did picture... yeah. And, is there a beach I can give him? Ah! There we go, look at old... what is that, Kame House? I think that's Kame House. Or like the water surrounding Kame House. Yeah. I like how that looks. Yep. Pacha picture. There we go. Alright, and that is a Kung Fu outfit Roshi. So I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna do some transitionary looks. Okay. So first thing that comes to mind for transitioning into his other outfit is have a look at what sort of patterns there are here. Because the one that he's got, like the one that I'm finding on Google, is basically just a bunch of triangles that are also kind of pretty well spaced apart. Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing anything particularly good for triangles. For just like a bunch of random triangles that are just like here and there. In actuality, upon closer inspection, what he's got is also a bunch of random letters. Let's see what I can do with the newspaper. Probably can't get it anywhere near large enough. No. No, those are clearly actual words. Which, by the way, appears to be the story of Soulcalibur. Chosen by history to, something something a warrior. Eternally retold. 113. Yeah, it's not ideal, but maybe I can do something with that. What was the color I had here? 1467. Alright. Alright. The equipment that needs to change is swap these out for shorts. Not hot pants, that's a bit much. Oh, maybe there isn't good shorts here. Dang. Maybe I do need to go with hot pants? How gross is that going to be, though? That's pretty gross. Now, what about none? Because I know he's got shorts on. Those are not... I don't like that. Had not anticipated a lack of shorts issue. I guess... I'll have to just go with... Are you serious? How are those not compatible? I am not putting him back in hot pants, no. Don't even think about that. Alright. Well, you know what, this shirt actually... looks a little bit too long-sleeved now. The outfit we're doing now, so what is there with shorter sleeves? And preferably buttons. Not a lot. Unfortunately, your options in this game tend to be just long sleeve or no sleeve. There is very rarely just elbow length sleeves. I would prefer something with buttons, but I might have to go with simple top for now. Alright, let's see if I can put plug. No. What exactly is that not agreeing with? Does it just really hate the idea of there being anything above it? That, like, goes over? I don't get that. Do not get that. How about this? Removes that? I don't like that. A doggy can go over it. Why? Doesn't even look like he's relaxing at the beach anymore. Apparently I can wear a tracksuit. Which goes back to covering up his arms too much, but I'm experiencing a surprising shortage of options. And yeah, replace the Kung Fu shoes with sandals. And let's see what I can do with this. I might see if I can do this with the stripes as well. Change pattern. It's possible that they will simply overlay each other. Maybe? I know that sometimes happens with patterns, if you don't change the size. Yep, definitely appears to be the case. 14, 6, 7. Okay. How does that actually look, though? It does not feel nearly as loose as I would have liked. Alright, heart colors. What did I go with again? Ooh. 657 for. Let's try that. Okay. Other colors. I think pure white for that. The rest is already white. And it looks like I can keep those colors as they are. Okay, now that is Beach Roshi, which I do not like nearly as much. But just for the sake of completionism, there it is. And now, I'll switch him over to his Dragon Ball Super attire, in which I believe we end up ditching the shell, unfortunately. Bye-bye, shell. Miss you. And I believe I keep the sandals on. But switch his... Oh no, I still kept that on. Okay. But now I remove his outer upper clothing. So it's just the tank top. Switch this to slacks. I think I end up giving him a belt. No, I'll try that with... Where is it? Okay, it's called a training belt, but it's supposed to represent a black belt. I think that's already all of the pieces, just need to put in the right colors. Alright. This is gonna be very much just tan. Bright, muted. Sort of medium muted, maybe. Black belt. Okay. It all looks about right. One thing I'm noticing, though, is that in Dragon Ball Super, he's got yellow glasses. Or yellow rimmed glasses. Instead of the red. There we go. Is that... Alright. Now what were the colors I used there? For the glasses rims I used 12, 11, 9. For his pants I've got 11, 7, 3. Black is... belt is pure black. Sandals are the same. So the next modes to get into then is his full power mode. And for that, we actually need to make some rather significant changes. Because for this fighting style, I want him using Oswell. There isn't, to date, a fighting style that is particularly appropriate for just being a big, strong guy that can maybe also shoot lasers out of your hands or face. So there are various different directions you could go with making that kind of character. The primary reason I go with Oswell is because it gives him the extra room that he's gonna need as he bulks up Now, it might actually be easier for this if I temporarily remove the running shirt. Might be able to see his proportions better. Actually, I think I want to keep the running shirt off anyways. For this. Where's over here? Okay. So I want the biceps as big as possible. The forearms, maybe not as big, but I'll leave them where they are for now. Pectorals, not quite maxed out. Kind of... maybe normal?
Rest of the body a bit shrunken. Like the waist a bit shrunken. Thighs, let me see. Probably about normal. Or, medium. I guess I should say not normal. Stomach. Let's look. So, negative 20 is probably best for that. And waist. Sure.
And yeah, just to double check again muscle definition. So 4 is what I've got it set at right now. 5, I think, is too much detail for Akira Toriyama's style. Yeah. It's getting into like CGI anime territory, and that's not quite... we're not quite at that level of detail. A bit more cartoonish. Softer patterns. More rounded out. And that is actually quite it. That is quite done. Full power Roshi with original Kamehameha. Now, let's see if I can actually find that pose. Because there was one very specific reason why I wanted this pose. This fighting style. There it is. Alright, speed. Very slow. There we go. Kamehameha! It's not the exact pose, but it's as close as you're going to get in Soulcalibur, I'm pretty sure. And no, he doesn't actually fire out a beam when he does that. And yeah, being able to produce energy in any form is probably the closest facsimile that you're gonna get in this game for Dragon Ball level powers and energy usage. At least until they introduce a fighting style like Heihachi or Double Jin. If they are going to. I still don't know if there's going to be any more DLC for this game. Anyways, I'm gonna have a look at changing his glasses back to red, just because that does look more like Roshi to me. As far as the version of Roshi that I'm used to. And also, I think that, with the red glasses, is closer to the Roshi that I actually have an existing video of. Like, when I got the request for how to make Roshi, it was this specific version, so... that is it, and I'm liking those proportions. So, let's just go over the numbers again. Upper arms 20, forearms 20, pectorals 0. Hips negative 20, thighs 0, calves 0. Stomach negative 20, waist negative 20. Muscle definition 4. Seems to be what I went with to get what looks like the best proportions. as far as getting him to look like a Roshi at full power. So the next thing for me to do is save this guy, as is, and then I'll finish off this how-to video with a fight between the two versions of Roshi. And you guys can let me know which versions you like best, if you have a preferred version. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hope you all are staying safe. I'll see you later.
大龍島羊の国
Well, guess I gotta clobber you. You look like a real pain in the ass. You're weak. Don't push yourself.